Hello folks, back again with you on Top Tuesday. Still chooching on this Missouri Meerschaum, Washington. Still chooching on Orlick Dark Strong, Kentucky. Kentucky Fried Tobacco. Finger licking good. You guys haven't seen me around so much this past couple of weeks. I haven't been feeling too well. Finally broke down and went and got some blood work done, which immediately started the phone ringing from my doctor and some other departments at the hospital. Haven't been taking care of myself. And I really don't have the time, the energy, or the desire to go through whatever's coming up. I know I'll get 3 new sets of pills and they'll want me to go through this program or that program, and I'm just not interested. So anyway, that's where I've been kind of laying low. I missed a Top 5 Friday last week. Sorry about that if anybody was actually interested. So I'm going to make it up to you. It's going to be Top 10 Tuesday. Last week we went into the military, into the Marines specifically. Looked at some cool people. This week we're going to dig into some movies that include some of my favorite chase scenes in recorded history. The most recent film on this list, I've got 10 of them, I said. Most recent film is 32 years old. I don't get into some of the stuff that's in new movies is just too unbelievable and not realistic for me. Chase scenes where they're, I don't know, where they use CGI or where they're doing things that humans and cars couldn't possibly do. Cool to look at, but it doesn't interest me. So, these aren't in any real particular order. I think I'll save, maybe I'll make them. Maybe I'll try to order them if I can remember which ones I did. Most recent one is 1985, To Live and Die in L.A. There's one chase scene in that movie that was just phenomenal. Driving against traffic in L.A. with some great camera work, some great shots, and it's just seat-gripping fun. To Live and Die in L.A. Can't remember the guy's name that was in that. I can see his face. Harry Hamlin. Another one, 1978. It's called The Driver. That one had Ryan O'Neal in it. And there were several good chase scenes in that movie, but one really good one wasn't really a chase scene at all. He jumped in a car with 3 criminals that were looking to hire a getaway driver, and proceeded to prove his worth scaring the piss out of him. That's a good one. The Driver, 1978. Just about every James Bond movie has a good chase scene in it. Some of them better than others. My favorite one is from 1973, Live and Let Die. That was the boat chase scene, among others. It also had one of the best theme songs for Bond movie. Another one from 1973 is Westworld, Yul Brynner. There's a chase scene in that one that's mostly done on foot. And, it's pretty damn cool too. Definitely worth a view. A couple from 1971. One of them you probably never heard of. Nobody else I've ever told about it seems to remember it. I have 3 from 1971 on this list. First one was called, at least the American release was called Dollars. It was just the dollar sign, Dollars. And Goldie Hawn and Warren Beatty. They're involved in a heist of safe deposit boxes, and the people they rob are some bad people, and they don't particularly take kindly to having been robbed. And about the last half of that movie is a one enormous chase scene. Covers a number of medium: car, train, foot. That's one of my favorite chase scenes ever filmed. Parts of it. Another from 1971. Very few people remember this one. If so, they probably only saw it on TBS at 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday night. It was called The Duel. It had Dennis Weaver was a salesman, and he was being terrorized by a seemingly driverless 18-wheeler. They never really showed the face of the person that was in the truck. So it was kind of like they anthropomorphized the truck, so the truck was behaving like a human. But that movie's got some very tense scenes in it. It's just called Duel. Alright, the top 4, I think, for me. 1980. A couple of guys got a band together. And proceeded to tear Chicago apart. The Blues Brothers. Some great stuff in that. Great stuff in that movie. It's not really a chase kind of movie, but it's got one fantastic scene in it where they're getting chased all across the country. I hate Illinois Nazis. That's just a classic film. Three other classic films. 1971, The French Connection. Gene Hackman, almost said Gene Wilder. has a great chase scene in it where he basically borrows somebody's car forcibly and tries to chase down a heroin dealer. Good stuff. Good stuff. 1968, streets of San Francisco, a movie was filmed with one of the most iconic movie vehicles ever, which they just found in a junkyard in LA, if I'm not, or in somewhere down south. I can't remember if it was LA or if it was in Mexico now. But anyway, Bullitt. Steve McQueen. Classic, classic. Great American actor, great American car. Iconic American city. Maybe it was great in 1968. I kind of doubt it, but anyway. Definitely not great in 2017. But anyway, Bullitt. And number one also featured Steve McQueen in a fantastic chase scene. 1963's The Great Escape. A bunch of American POWs, mostly American POWs, in a German prisoner of war camp. Decide they don't want to be there anymore, so they hit the road in various ways. And Steve McQueen's chase scene in that movie will have you on the edge of your seat. It's done on a motorcycle across the hills of Germany. It ends poorly for him, but no less entertaining. So there you have my top 10 Tuesday greatest chase scenes ever filmed. Tell me why you agree or disagree down there. Fill me in on some I should see if I haven't seen them. One recent movie that I didn't include on this list that I did like, recent I say, I think it was filmed in the 90s, Ronin, with Robert De Niro. It has a pretty good chase scene in it. So anyway, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Go enjoy yourself a bowl, and I'll talk at you later.